Is it a trauma to realize that other people consider you way too high to reach? And today's insight was mainly about that. So basically, if other people think that you're too hard to reach, that's their issue. And God is just saying, and if you listen to God when God says something and you stick the course and you continue listening to him, even it continue listening to God, even if what God is saying is counterintuitive and counter logic and is not exactly what other people are telling you, but if you continue listening to God, God will take care of you. Because God is like, trust me, child, I will take you to the promised land. But you have to listen to me. Now, imagine, all right, if you can imagine, God said to the Israelites that they were going to get to the land of milk and honey. Now, if you think about it, it was only gonna, like, it would only have, if they had listened to God, like, from A to Z from the start, it would have taken them about, like, what, like 10, 15 days, I can't remember the specifics. But because they remained in sin and they did not listen to God, and so on and so forth, it took them, I don't know how many years, like 40, 30, 60, I don't know, years. Let me just check that. So I did a little research, and apparently the trip would have lasted 10 days, but it took them 40 years, right? So, and the reasoning behind that is because they remained in sin. Now, what is sin in actuality? Of course, there's the seven sins, but I believe, okay, that it is more in regards to not listening to God. When God speaks to you, you should listen to him. You should listen to what God is telling you. Okay? And listen fervently, because you might not understand. This is gonna be a very long short. You might not understand why he's saying some things and why he's not saying others, why God is not saying certain things and why God is saying other things. But you see, God has a overview of your current situation, your past situation, your future situation. Okay? And so God has the best plan in mind. But we as human beings like to exercise our freedom of will, which God gives us the right to. And there is so much more that I can go in depth with this, but I won't because this is a short. Right, so what is it that you're actually listening to God for? And can you actually possibly have a foresight or at least depth of vision? Ponder that.